Emergency, please step aside, sir.
Hey, get lost. I'm waiting here, huh?
FBI, you might want to stay out of this, all right, sir? Excuse me, sir. Ma'am, please, back off. All right, I need 8 double tall.
This is an emergency interruption from the Hot Toys Wizard, disguised as Senator TK-FOMO. Of course, the way I'm dressed, on the Senator's day off. And you have to wonder, is it possible that I am buying the actual coffee pot of the Hot Toys Wizard? And I say yes. Look at this fresh coffee, this delicious coffee for the first time ever. You are seeing live the Hot Toys Wizard's coffee being poured. I mean, really, what's more interesting? This or actually getting Prisoner Leia from Hot Toys? I would say pouring this coffee live. You've all wanted to see the coffee, and look at how fresh that is. It's May 4th week. I am TK-FOMO. And what you gonna do? And what you gonna do? And what you gonna do with TK-FOMO and the Dark Jedi and the Hot Toys Wizard? Tip off May 4th week on you.
So you have to wonder, is it the Hot Toys Wizard or is it the Dark Jedi? I am not going to tell you, but one thing I am going to tell you is that I've got plenty of delicious Cantina brewed coffee for this special episode of Aries Terrington's Drunk on Coffee live. Usually it's pre-recorded, but look, it's May 4th week. It's May 5th today. It is at the revenge of the 5th, whatever the heck you call it. And did I spill my coffee? Or is my coffee chilled? Is it iced coffee secured so it can't spill in here? Look, you have to wonder. Let's go ahead and see who's in here with me on this fine day. But really, from the bottom of my heart, first and foremost, happy May 4th to you all. Happy May 5th to you all. Happy Star Wars week to you all. I hope you're all having fun. I hope you and your family are well. And I hope all things are good. I took off today. Well, most of today anyway, just so I could come on here with you. I am so stoked to be able to do it. Tuli is in the house saying, I'm at work sneaking in for a stream. Come on, baby. Well, you know what? That does make me spill my coffee that you would do that. Yeah. Let's see. One six shooters in here saying just proves that Howard Chan is a Sith. Because there can be only 2 figures released for May 4th. That also made me spill my coffee. Yeah, I like it. I can't wait to share with you my thoughts. The single songwriters in here. Happy 6th of May, the Dark Jedi. Oh gosh, when was the last time I do these? Live. Goodness gracious. Single songwriter, go in here as well. Jack Jones says, afternoon Aries, watching from the UK. That also makes me spill my coffee, my friend. Mark Attack goes, hey, did you just start? And I say, yes, absolutely, I did. Good to have you in here as well. Tuli says, I'm not disappointed in the least. My expectations were very low, so I'm good. No, I'm not disappointed in the least either. My expectations were high, very, very high, and I am the complete opposite of disappointed. I'm going to address that later in the show. First, we're going to talk about my thoughts here, on this thing about setting expectations. I got a different take than some others in the community. I always set my expectations high. If I hire somebody, I expect my expectations are high. If you complete a project and you complete it well, my expectations are high that not only is it going to be just as good as what you did before, but I sure as hell want it to be better the next time. And if you don't reach for the stars, if you're never going to get there. And if you don't ask, you don't get. That's for darn sure. So take that status quo and shove it up your arse. I have expectations. When you wish upon a star, doesn't matter who you are. That's the whole premise of everything that we do anyway. So that's it. I don't want my expectations low. When I got married, my expectations were high. And guess what? It paid off. Anyway, we'll address that later in the show. Mr. Mom is in here. Good to have Mr. Mom in the house. That is absolutely awesome. Uncarded reviews saying, let's go. Let me know what table you're at right now. And AJ goes, I'm literally spilling a pot right now. Yeah, when I give you my take, I think a lot of us may be spilling a pot. Mr. Bob goes, what's this? Afternoon stream from the Wizard. I almost spilled my coffee. I know, right? That's I like the chainsaw in the background. You know, it was kind of funny. I was trying to film that, in my kitchen. And the neighbor was having to cut down a couple of trees that fell, pine trees. And I thought it was over. And I was like, damn, I couldn't get this thing recorded. And, my place is like Grand Central Station anyway. So people coming in and out, you got Hot Toys Wizards coming in and out. You got all kinds of TK Phobos and TK Dopos. TK Dopo is coming. TK Dopo is coming too. I guess a friend of TK Phobo. All coming in and out of the abode, all out of the cantina. It's a very busy place, but, hey, it added some fun background noise for sure. Spice Runner, what's up, buddy? Jeff goes, my milk can't get bluer at this point. I feel you, baby. I'm going to give you my perspective on it. Wizard is Vader 45. Good to have you in here, brother. Hoff's hometown hero. Spilling my coffee. Yeah, I am. And I'm going to give you a perspective as to why. It's all about perspective.
They call him the Wizard.
What they call the hometown hero. You have to wonder. The collector number 1 is in here. Nothing disappointed me. I ordered Fox City as day one. I tell you what would have disappointed me, and I'm gonna kind of I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna draw parallels between what we got this May 4th compared to last May 4th in 2022, and I'm gonna draw parallels compared to what we got in 2021, and I'm also gonna give you some data as to what is going on over here, and hopefully it gets you to say it gets to see a real interesting perspective. Cypher 9, does this mean we may get a Palpatine or Sidious for the Revenge of the Sith? Cypher, is this what they call you, baby?
They call him the Wizard.
AJ goes, I pre-ordered Sidious as well. We're going to talk about that. Darth Sidious is on fire. Looks like Laura's in here. What's up, Laura? Good to have you in here. Josh B goes, Aries, I'm a big fan of your show. I noticed a lot of figures are going straight to waitlist without even a slight hint of low stock warning. What do you make of this? I think some of them, a couple of them go in and out until that they're finally odd wait list. The ZX27 is gone. That's the end of that. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in the show. It's a good question. Hi, Laura. What is going on? Good to have you in here. And Bowser's in here saying, what's up, Aries? New to the channel and love all the content. Look, keep going in there, guys. We got a lot to dive into. I'm going to give you my perspective. I think it's going to shed some light as to what is going on. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into all of this with 70 in here right now. and welcome to another episode of Aries Terrington's Drunk on Coffee. I'm going old school there, right here at Six Scale Cantina. And you have to wonder, did I spill it or am I chilled? And right now I'm going to tell you, I spilled my coffee all over the damn floor, baby. And I'm going to tell you why. No fluff, no BS, no anything. You're going to get it straight from the hip here. Put your comments in. I'm going to do the best. I'm the only one here on the show to be able to put the comments on. So it's like, oh, you didn't answer my comment. Just repost it again because I'm just, an old guy here trying to get it all done. Love you all. Let me give you my perspective as we go through a lot of this stuff over here when it comes to May 4th. We've got the most shocking, unexpected announcement for a major character, a pivotal character in Star Wars that we could have gotten. Obviously, if it was a third or secondary character that everyone's like, oh yeah, that character's in there, I guess that could be more shocking from that regard. But for a primary character or a pivotal character in the story, no one really thought that I knew, including me, that we would actually get the freaking Phantom Menace. I'm just being honest with you. That we would get Ian McDiarmid without I've been scarred. Without that, Senator Palps, are you kidding me? And listen, the complaint last year with May 4th, okay? The complaint last year is we didn't get one damn head sculpt. They're not giving us head sculpts. Too many helmets. Too many non-head sculpted figures. What's going on? Sure, we got R2, and we got a battle droid, and we got a couple of troopers. Where's the head sculpt? This year, completely different. Because not only did you get a head sculpt, you got rolling eyes function with that head sculpt. Not only did you get rolling eyes function with that head sculpt, okay, and a head sculpt, you got a completely new head sculpt. And it's Darth Sidious. Completely shocked me. If you were to ask me right now, part of the problem with the Return of the Jedi 40th, I'll be quite honest with you, is we have all the figures we need for Return of the Jedi, basically. Other variations of Leia? Sure. Other variations of Luke? Sure. But we already got Leia, we already got Luke. Han's the only one. But we've already got Han before in Star Wars. We've gotten so much for Return of the Jedi. My fear was we were going to get R2, the fourth one. Fear we were going to get Boba Fett, the 5,677th one. Fear that we were going to get a Stormtrooper, the 10 millionth one. Okay? Fear we were going to get another Royal Guard or what they were going to do over there. Would have been okay. And we kind of know that stuff is coming. We kind of know we're getting another Luke for Return of the Jedi. We kind of know we're getting another R2. They already gave us 3PO for Return of the Jedi. We kind of know we're getting Boba Fett from Return of the Jedi. Probably a Yoda from Return of the Jedi. Darth Sidious? Where the heck did that come from? Where did it come from? Left freaking field. So if you're going to blow me away and you're going to have me spill, I literally, and here's what was going on, because I was exhausted. And I'll get to your comments. And I was exhausted. And I knew a couple of friends of mine were going to go live. I'm like, look, I'm so tired for all the work that I do. I work several jobs, getting a lot of stuff done. I went to bed. Kind of woke up. It was like a piss call, right? And I looked on the phone and I saw that freaking Sidious. I was like, I thought I was dreaming. I literally said, what the frack? What the frack? Like, what the frack? That's the kind of expectation and the kind of blow me out of the water that I'm talking about. Quality over quantity. Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Boba Fett, R2, Trooper. Great. Look, we got a lot of quantity. Half those figures I'm not even going to buy. Last May 5th, did I buy the battle droid? Am I going to buy it? I say no. Did I buy the clone pilot? Am I going to buy it? I say no. Am I buying the clone trooper from Attack of the Clones? I say No. Am I buying the R2 from Attack of the Clones? I say, because it doesn't have a damn base, and you heard me be talking about it, no, I'm getting a 3PO. For this head sculpt, you know where I fall on that, baby. Completely shocked. Completely shocked. Let's get to some of the comments in here, and I will dive into this a little bit more. Boba Fettuccine goes, pop culture living room, Costa. Well, welcome in here, my friend. I guess I'll find this chat here in a moment. Come on. There he is, pop culture. What is up, baby? What is up? What is going on? Let's see here. Over any of the 5 figures from last year, Mark Attack goes, I'll take Darth Sidious over Eddie. I almost agree with you. I'll take him over any of them except 3PO. I'll take anything over 3PO. Lane Kramer's in the house saying, you mean Supreme Chancellor Palps? He upgraded by this time their Aries when he shows up to, his punk brother. You know that's coming, because if you've watched the Clone Wars, or that part of the Clone Wars on that scene with Savage and the Emperor and Maul, that's coming as well. Come on. Thule says, Aries, you're right, with Palp's announcement is absolutely incredible. Jack Jones says, I was quite shocked, really, but glad, because it's just a tease of Revenge of the Sith version. No, we're definitely going to get that, but I'll be honest with you, this is not going in my Clone Wars display. That's freaking the Phantom Menace. It's going right into the prequels display. You want to talk about a shade of robing or this and that, I don't care. I mean, honestly, these Clone Wars don't really fit with Clone Wars, any of the figures from Hot Toys, because that's not how they look. It doesn't look like Ian McDermott in the freaking animated series. It's a cartoon. They're going with the real head sculpt. So this is, and I personally think the head sculpt is one of the best I ever seen. We're going to get into that. You're not going to get me to change my mind on that. And I got it off this banner. It looks absolutely incredible in my review. Pop Culture goes, look, just found Mike Litoris. What's up? See, if you say it right and you take your time and you have patience and you say Mike. Litoris. It doesn't sound like French fries Fridays. If you say, go ahead and say French fries Fridays 5 times real fast and tell me what you come up with. Tell me what you come up with there. Peter says to me, Aries, why would Hot Toys give us Vader and C-3PO in April, but nothing on May 4th? Why would they not wait until May 4th to give us Return of the Jedi Vader and C-3PO? At least we would have been excited. It's a good question. So let me bring perspective into here, Peter, and to everybody who, in this community. And there's the awesome Fox, which we're going to get into first over here. Because I think that's just absolutely unbelievable. I think it's a good question, my friend. And here's the thing. Hot Toys had to answer last year to a lot of uncertainty. Because, we didn't have a Padme Amidala yet. We didn't have Natalie Portman. We didn't have Samuel L. Jackson. We didn't have Anthony Daniels C-3PO. And they were really looking to push Star Wars as a major IP, a license that they have, that they are committed to. But one thing that was being pointed out in the community, including myself, is where's Natalie Portman? Where's Samuel L. Jackson? Where is Anthony Daniels? Where is C-3PO? It's kind of hard to call it a complete collection. I mean, honestly, and all respect to Clone Commander Rex, and all respect to Ahsoka, I would think that Padme, the Queen Amidala, deserves a figure first. I would think that C-3PO deserves a figure before those characters. I would certainly say that Mace Windu deserves a figure before those characters. And I think they had to, because there was a lot of, like, we're never going to get, a Padme Amidala. We're never going to get a C-3PO. Sideshow has a license. You're never going to see it. They're never going to do it. You're never going to get a Mace Windu. That's not going to happen either. They would have done it because they already had a Samuel L. Jackson head sculpt with the MCU. Why are they going to do that? And last year it was about making sure that, hey, you are getting C-3PO. You are getting Padme. You are getting Mace Windu. Now, basically, for the most part, on the legacy characters, you've got all the major characters that you can expect to be able to call it a true Star Wars collection. So, Peter, when you look at it from that perspective, they went all out to ensure that those were coming, even teasing the Mace Windu, the back of him anyway, with the battle droid from last May 4th. And they delivered on that, and it came. And they had to answer a lot of other questions in regards to, they'll never do the Bad Batch. Well, they teased it just like they teased the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is amazing that I'm hearing from some people. Will we get all the Guardians of the Galaxy? You're going to get all the Guardians of the Galaxy. Everything that they tease, you're getting now. So you're going to get all that. I remember the conversation back that we're never going to get Doc Ock. We're never going to get Tobey Maguire. We're never going to get Andrew Garfield. We're certainly not going to get Jamie Foxx from No Way Home. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. And I kept saying, it's not, and we got it, and we got it, and we got it, and we got it. And they were really on a rampage and on a mission to make sure that you knew they were getting it. Now that we have, Natalie Portman, and we've got Ewan McGregor, and we got Hayden Christensen, and we've got Carrie Fisher, and we got Harrison Ford, and we got Billy D. Williams, and we got C-3PO, and we got Kenny Baker. And we've got Mark Hamill. There's really nothing else that we're really, looking for except some side characters and some stuff. So they really didn't need to bombard us with that, I believe. And we were getting so many figures out of nowhere. I mean, they gave us what's the difference if we get it on May 4th, or we get it on April 4th, or we get it on June 4th, or we get it? We're getting it. And they've been delivering on all their promises. I've been hearing conversations where people were saying, oh, we're not going to get the other Grand Inquisitors because the other two waitlisted. No, it's because the other two waitlisted and they hit their pre-order limit that you're definitely going to get the other two Inquisitors. And any character that you could imagine now, any character, and thanks for that comment, Pete, any character that you could imagine, laugh at me about Bail Organa, laugh's going to be on you because they're absolutely going to do it. They don't need to have a certain production run to be able to come out with these characters. First of all, you come out with Jimmy Smits, you're going to be able to come out with probably 6 different versions of him at least. How many different films was he in? At the very least. And not anyone's going to buy it. People are going to buy it. They'll buy more than that than the Grand Inquisitor. You'll certainly sell more than that than Cobb Vanth or the third sister. You certainly would. Pause for coffee. You sell 1,000 of them, you sell 1,500 of them, you put it on the shelf, you break out the mold again, you come out with a different version. There he is from Rogue One. Oh, okay, well, that only sold 1,500. Oh, okay. Well, here he is from the Obi-Wan series. Oh, okay, well, that only sold this. Well, now, here he is from the Revenge of the Sith. Oh, well, here he is from the Attack of the Clones. You see what's going on? Little pieces in a time. You're seeing that with the C-3PO. Not a whole lot of people wanted that Attack of the Clones C-3PO. Let's just be honest. But people wanted C-3PO. This C-3PO that's up right now is selling way better. It's still number 2 behind everything. It's ahead of Spider-Man. That Attack of the Clones C-3PO, as much as we spilled our coffee last year, it was more about getting a character from Hot Toys we've been waiting for, a legacy character. And they had to be like, oh, let's go quick. Let's go quick. Let's show them we're going to give them Sam Jackson. Yes, yes, yes. Let's show them we're going to give them C-3PO. Yes, yes, yes. Let's show them we're going to give them Padme. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, well, now you got all of them. You're not waiting for any of them. So why do you all need them on one day? What don't we have, though? Well, I don't think we ever got an Ian McDermott before he was scarred. Did you? I didn't even think of that. I don't think he was on one banner I ever posted. No one was talking about it. That's showing that, hey, we're going to put out just about every character you can imagine. Wow, they're going to put out Darth Sidious. That means they're going to put out Bail Organa. That means they might put out Newt Gunray. And again, you could tell me they'll never put out Newt Gunray Aries because, they're not going to sell. Well, of course, they're going to sell about as many as that Matrix Neo from the new movie that no one liked. They'll sell 1,000 of them. And I know that there's 1,000 in this community that would scoop up Newt Gunray or Watto or Sebulba in 2 seconds. It's Star Wars. You're going to get your Lobots. You're going to get your Bib Fortuna. You're going to get all of these characters. And that's what the Darth Sidious showed me, and that's why I spilled my coffee. I mean, goodness gracious. Unlike last year, you got the Bespin. People were asking me last year, hey, Aries, why did they give us an OT figure on April 13th? The Luke Skywalker was the OT figure. We got no OT figures last May 4th. We got no OT figures in 2021 either. We got no OT figures last year. We got prequel figures. That's a different generation. So they're kind of staying consistent. Why didn't they give us the DX25 Bespin Luke on May 4th last year? Why did they give it to us on April 13th? So, Peter, you're asking me, why did they give us the Return of the Jedi? Why did they give us 2 figures this year? Who cares? As long as they give it to us, and they actually gave us more than just a DX25. They gave us 3PO, Salacious Crumb, and Darth Vader for whatever reason, just like the DX25, but an extra figure there. And they decided to give us a head sculpted figure. And for me, it's where it is. Let's go to some comments here now. Let's go to some comments because I said a whole lot, and I'll try and talk to you. Let me know in the chat any of your questions. Uncarded Review says, Howard Chan said you're not going to Disney Plus me. Well, that's coming too. The Disney Plus stuff. Here's the other thing on Uncarded Reviews. Everything they teased, Bad Batch, Guardians of the Galaxy here, all of the stuff that they were teasing, the Inquisitors, they're all coming. They're all coming. What else did they tease at the beginning of the year on Uncarded Reviews? 40th for Return of the Jedi, 20th from the Attack of the Clones, and Mandalorian. Even though we didn't get any yet, don't think they're going to stop. As I pointed out on 6 Scale Raw, the finale of The Mandalorian was up 24% over the finale with Luke Skywalker. Hardly indicative of a series that sucked. Because if you're going through 7 episodes that suck, the finale is going to suck. 24% up. That's why in this community, I paid zero attention to the negativity. Because it's a freaking television show, and it's going to have 8 or 9 seasons. That's where they're going with it. That's why they ended it that way. And I knew that the public reaction from everybody that I talked to absolutely was adoring it. And quite honestly, we can get a little bit toxic in this community and in collecting communities and in forums and stuff like that. I paid no attention to it at all. I knew what the numbers were going to be. I knew what the general pulse was going to be. It did fantastic, and you could bet your ass that freaking Hot Toy is going to put out a ton. But they didn't have to put it out for May 4th. I'm kind of glad they didn't, honestly. But good stuff. Jeff says, been staying away from the Clone Wars line, but if I get that Sidious, then I guess I'll get the Clone Wars Maul. Yeah, I kind of felt like you, but when I look at it, baby, that Sidious dude, I don't know. I'm just saying, man. It's freaking Darth Sidious. It's the Fandom Edits. That's going right. It's not even going to my Clone Wars collection. Maybe I'll get 2. It's going right there with the prequels. Just saying. About the color of an outfit. My wife, all my friends will walk in and say, "That's Darth Sidious. That's Senator Palpatine from the movies." I ask her about the outfit. She'll be like, "Well, what outfit? What color is it? Orange, red, green?" No one knows. They ain't gonna freaking know. Maybe you'll know, but that's all I need for a collection. And like I said earlier, if you're collecting this Clone Wars line, it goes for both the prequels and the Clone Wars because it doesn't really fit the Clone Wars because they don't look like the characters in the Clone Wars. They look like real people, like you and me. So to me, it's very versatile. I could use it for any collection. To be honest with you, it's kind of like arena suit Boba Fett, kind of a little bit of a different outfit, kind of works for me. Let's go to some of these other questions in here. Punisher asks, is the new Darth Vader going to light up everything with USB? I actually don't know. I actually think it does. I hope so. I'm so done with the batteries. Mike Latoris, who's a Cantina insider. Yeah, baby. People thinking they'll wait for Fox 2 to bargain, but no, I wouldn't do that anymore. I think we've talked about that story. That ship has sailed, buddy. About bargain bins. They're not overproducing any of these. Gosh, I put up a lot of these things, Mike. You're seeing like it was a pretty awesome movie, the Black Widow one, when she has the snowsuit and her black suit, $140 on eBay. You look at like the Tony Stark, Iron Man suit up versions going $75-$100 less. You look at like Vision, going for like what, $125? What's that? I mean, obviously Boba Fett and the Throne and some 2-pack stuff and some stuff like that. You got some figures that do fairly well, like Bo-Katan, like the Crow Mando, like the DX-19 Batman, Christian Bale. They sell pretty good or in stock, but for the most part, 90% of the stuff that's in stock is just, yeah, no, I think that they're done with that. And it all has to do with money, to be honest with you. Come on, shoot, I'll army build. Bail Organa says Hoff's Hometown Hero. That's great. Aries is going to build army build Bail Organa. I'll probably get every version. I won't army build them. I'll only get one because money's limited, but I will get multiple versions of just like with Palps. I'll get probably every version. If they give me, like with this new Palpatine Mark Attack, I would get the Senator Palpatine if they decided to do that with Revenge of the Sith as well. But I would also get, I kind of really know that you're going to get Emperor. You're going to get the Emperor from Revenge of the Sith as well, where he's all scarred up and has that hard look, when he battled Yoda. Gosh, and I mean, speaking of that, guys, with this announcement of Palps, why haven't I filled up table 66? What is the meaning of this? I'm kind of missing the boat. Should I fill up table 66? Who wants me to fill up table 66?
Once more, the Sith will rule the galaxy. And we shall have peace.
I mean, shoot, boys and girls, do you realize what we freaking got on May? You realize what we got on May?
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor.
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
The Senate will decide your fate.
I am the Senate.
Not yet.
Boy, that freaking Sidious is going to go really well with my upcoming Mace Windu. I can't believe that they gave us that figure. I just can't. I can't. I'm just excited about it. I just am. Come on. Although the only thing that would have been a little bit better than Sidious, honestly, would have been this.
You're delicious.
Ciao, boys.
So I'm giving you kind of a big perspective here as to what is going on. So keep telling me your thoughts, in the chat. But I feel like last year, I feel like that last year they really had to make a statement. There was so much conversation and underlying conversation that we're never going to get Natalie Portman, that we're never going to get Samuel L. Jackson, that we're never going to get a C-3PO, and there may be problems with the licenses. And they answered that really, really quick and fast in a hurry. And they needed to do that, in my view, and I've talked about this. I always talked about legitimizing. What is the reason we collect Star Wars Hot Toys? I mean, for me to be able to have people come over and show them a vast, and we had a vast already amount of figures, but no Queen Amidala, no Padme. That kind of sucked. They needed to address that. And then I had to get a Tamashii Nations or a Sideshow C-3PO. It just, it kind of, it was not good. And then where's Mace Windu? I mean, I, I you know, I didn't get it. I mean, I really would have rather have had him. All respect to Liam Neeson before the Qui-Gon. I understand he was prominent in the Phantom Menace, but I mean, Sam Jackson was in all three of the freaking prequel movies. Plus, he's in the the animated series, the Clone Wars. They needed to address that, and they did in a big way. Everything that we were going to get and that we're going to get for Return of the Jedi, I hope it's new stuff. I hope it's Jabba. I hope it's Admiral Akbar. I hope it's something we haven't seen yet. Now I have a little bit of hope for Admiral Piet because we got Darth Sidious. Okay. I have a little bit more hope for stuff like that. I knew that once they did Cad Bane, that we would probably get Mmmm, and we would get like some of these alien creatures, like the Bib Fortuna and stuff like that. But we already got Lando, so we know another Lando's coming, another Leia's coming, another Luke is coming. Han's the one that needs updated probably the most. So hoping that we get that, but that's my perspective on this. So I take it as quality over quantity. And as far as getting a lot of drops, my goodness, again, we're getting tons. I mean, look at how much Star Wars is up on pre-order and going. And like I said last year, I'm going to point this out again. We got no OT last year for May 4th. We got no OT the year before, and we got prequels last year. When did we get the OT? April 13th. Why? I don't know. I don't know why they put out the Luke then. Why did we get Return of the Jedi Vader and C-3PO also in April versus May 4th? I don't know. But that's just what they do. But I'm glad we got more than just a DX25. We got 3PO and we got Vader. And the other thing that they're doing a little bit different is we got a brand new Darth Vader head sculpt that looks absolutely amazing. I mean, I thought it was going to be the same darn thing as the quarter scale, but they really blew me away with that. And now we got another head sculpt for May 4th. So to me, it's a win. And, they're still giving us those Inquisitors. Are you kidding me? Both the freaking fourth sister and the fifth brother. And we got so much stuff coming. That's my perspective. And I would take the head sculpt over 4 or 5 figures that are just helmeted or troopers, to be honest with you. Aries, where is Kit Fisto? Where the heck is Kit Fisto? To be honest with you, that's good, but I'll tell you, I will tell you this, with that question, we did get Mace, and now we've got Sidious to go with that scene when they broke into the into the Emperor's throne room. So just saying, I think he's a piece that's going to be coming here. Like
in the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor.
Are you threatening me, Master Jedi?
The Senate will decide your fate.
I am the Senate.
Not yet.
So who are you missing from that scene? Is it Eth Koth? Kit Fisto? Forget the other one right now. I'm going to get it wrong. But yeah, they're all coming. They're all coming. Some of you are cold. I'm sorry you're cold. Get out of table 44.
Oh, really? You're cold?
Come on. Laura puts this up. The Return of the Jedi figures were announced around Celebration. I think Hot Toys is just as likely to announce new figures around big cons as they are around made-up holidays. Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I think May 4th is very special to me. It's a holiday to me. Like seriously, Laura, and for a lot of us here, we're very passionate about it. But they continue to not give us OT on May 4th, and I think we forget because it's prequels. You know, I think we were just blown away by C-3PO last year, but it wasn't an OT 3PO. And you're seeing how much the OT 3PO from just Return of the Jedi is doing over the Attack of the Clones one. It's just what they do. But I will say this, at least we got 2 OTs besides just the I'm not saying just the DX25, just the Bespin Luke. I hate to even use that. But, you know, we did get 2 in April over that. I say all in all, you're going to give me a Salacious Crumb, and you're going to give me a 3PO from the OT, and you're going to give me the best Vader I think I've ever seen. Probably even better than that Hayden Christensen Vader that's battled. I'm just saying that. They did a great job on that. And you're going to give me Darth Sidious? I think I'm pretty satisfied. Plus, you're going to still deliver on giving me the 4th sister and the 5th brother and all this other stuff, and you just teased all the Guardians of the Galaxy. It's a lot of darn figures, dudes. And honestly, I'm kind of getting blown away. That was the thing about last year, too, is people are like, how are we going to afford this, Aries? Aries, how are we going to afford it? I don't know. Well, you see what I do. I have to skip. The only one I'm getting from last year is C-3PO. I'll get the R2 from Return of the Jedi if they give me a damn base. And I hope they do with that C-3PO base they provided. Goodness gracious. But it's all coming in. P-Rock's in the house. Yes, Kid Fisto, Ewoks, and Yaddle. 1-6 Shooter says May 25th is the real Star Wars day anyways. And my birthday. So Howard will be giving me an Endor solo. Don't get cocky.
Don't get cocky.
Yeah, actually, on that day for your birthday, this is what you're going to get, baby. Can you say Poe?
Okay, stay calm. I am calm. I'm talking to myself.
I love doing these shows. I'm so excited. I hope it's infectious. Dad, happy birthday to you as well. 1-6 Shooter laughs. We are getting Gamorrean guards confirmed. You have to wonder on carded reviews. You have to really, really wonder, though. Is this what they call
him the Wizard.
Laura says, yeah, I mean, May 4th is fun. It is, but it's not the be-all, end-all. I mean, they gave us 2 freaking figures, and they gave us 2 figures a few weeks before. That's 4 freaking figures and 2 releases. That's 6. Who has 6 times 300, $2,000+ to buy all these right now? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And they gave us 3PO, and they gave us Padme, and they gave us Mace Windu. And, you know, we talk about expectations. And let me tell you something about expectations. If we don't set our expectations high, if we don't wish upon a star, doesn't matter who you are, you're never going to get to those stars, and you're never going to dream. You're never going to feel like a kid, because that's the whole purpose of doing it. We got Padme because we asked and asked and asked for Padme. We demanded Padme. We got Mace Windu because we demanded Mace Windu. We got C-3PO because every show every week was asking for a C-3PO. Those are the you've got to set those expectations. That's how the world rolls. And you have to manage your emotions when you don't win that ball game. I train professional mixed martial artists. You're going into combat. And some of you people that have been in the military understand what I'm talking about. There is no, I'm setting my expectations, not setting it. You've already lost. Your expectations are, I am winning over all costs. That's how you do it. Do or do not. There is no damn try. That's my philosophy anyway. Cheers to you. When they come out with the new Star Wars movie, whichever one's first, whether it's the Rey one, whether it's the Mando one, whether it's the the Old Republic one, you can bet your bottom dollar my expectations are going to be super high because they better darn deliver. Because they screwed up with Luke in the sequels. And they know they got to deliver. And those expectations are going to be there. I won't settle for anything like that. I don't want to be pleasantly surprised. I want it done right. It's pretty simple, actually. Fans speak on what they want. Go look at all the forums in different places. You kind of know what you should do. So pretty simple. Pick up the ball and do it. It's like when you've got a job. There's expectations on that job from your employer. You know what's in your job description. You know what the milestone is. You know what the expectation is. Go and deliver on it. Again, maybe I was brought up in the old Disney ever. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. I'm not going to wish upon a low expectation. This is not me. Cheers. What you have to do is be able to have perspective. That's what I'm giving you here. Perspective. Sure, you didn't get 5 drops like last year. I only bought 1 of those drops. You got no head sculpts. You got a head sculpt here. I only got 1 OT figure in April. You got 2 in April. Perspective. Wow, they're delivering. They're actually still going to give us those Grand Inquisitors? Sure, because what have I been telling you? Lower production. More announcements. Of course they're going to give you those figures. There's not a giant amount of interest on the Grand Inquisitor and the Third Sister, but it doesn't matter because they don't need there to be. They only need to sell 1,000 or a couple thousand of these. That's what they're doing. It's a win for them. But they don't care how many Timothy Oliphants you buy, and that's going to be low figure. Because you saw what Disney already did with Timothy Oliphant at the end of the Book of Boba Fett. The character's coming back. So they're probably going to use that head sculpt of Timothy Oliphant more than once. I'm sure that they wish that they could take back the Billy D. Williams Lando one after how many that they produced. Because they have to discount that so greatly. But they're going to use that head sculpt over and over and over again because it's Billy D. Williams. So not only can you get a skiff guard from Return of the Jedi, you can also get the General Lando from Return of the Jedi. It's a sculpt that you can use several times, like they're doing with the Leia. They didn't have to blow their everything on the Hoth Leia. They could give it to you with the Bespin Leia, and they could give it to you with the Endor Leia, and they're really utilizing that formula. So it's all about perspective. If you have a positive perspective, and you take a step back and see everything that went out with April. Oh, we got more this April than we got last April. Oh, we got less this year on May 4th, but we actually got a head sculpt, and not a whole bunch of troopers. Oh, this year is different. We actually do got Natalie Portman. We actually do got Samuel L. Jackson. We actually do got Anthony Daniels. Actually, 2 of them now. So when you look at it as perspective, it helps you breathe. It helps you relax. It helps you wish upon a star. Adjustments are always made to adjust to the times. And that is exactly what is going on here. And I'm just giving you my the God's honest truth. I literally woke up out of bed just astonished with the freaking, I mean, the Fox is awesome. We're going to talk about that now with the Darth Sidious. I'm just saying it. So that's my perspective on this, baby. It absolutely is. I see a super chat in there. Are the Guardians, I want to put this up on the screen first. Are the Guardians taking the spotlight for the moment? That's also perspective. You didn't have a major motion picture like Guardians of the Galaxy breaking on May 4th last year. This is an epic movie. It really, really is. For instance, you guys know that I'm huge on Star Wars. Guess who's seeing Guardians of the Galaxy with his whole family tomorrow? Bought the tickets. Me. It's big. It's big even for me. And that could be another reason as well. They could have given us, just because a lot of reissues or 2.0s didn't come on May 4th. There is a big emphasis on Guardians of the Galaxy. Happens to be breaking. They decided to do Disney, Marvel Studios, putting that out on May 4th weekend. It does change the reason. It doesn't mean you're not getting. You've been getting so darn much. So that is a very good call out. And I think that that's exactly what's been happening. But again, as I pointed out at the beginning of the show, would I have rather have gotten Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, like 2 Empire Strikes Back Boba Fetts I got with the 40th ESB, and that's coming. Would I have rather have gotten another R2, which obviously they already teased, and that's coming with the 3PO, and a couple of troopers? Or would I rather have gotten the one Sidious? I already told you this, so you know I'm not making it up. I said if they would just give me something crazy like a Han Solo, they don't need to give me any other figures for May 4th. I say it all the time. You guys hear me say it. And I hold true. You gave me Darth Sidious. You gave me Ian McDiarmid without all the scars. It's a win. I spilled my coffee. That's just the truth. I'm just saying that's what's going on here. You need to have perspective, and you need to wish upon a star, and you need to adjust with it, baby. Come on. I got a super chat in there, getting it in there. Peter asked this question. Peter Kokolia. Aries, will we get more Return of the Jedi 40th figures 2.0? Because some of us do not have the Return of the Jedi figures that come out years ago. Yes. Oh, yeah, you're going to. I'm kind of hoping the Boba Fett's a little bit different. And, like with the 40th Empire Strikes Back 40th, they gave us the same Boba Fett that was out already for the Empire Strikes Back and the deluxe one. Not only did they do that, they repainted it and gave us the vintage color version. So they gave us 2 Boba Fetts with the 40th. Do I think if I was to lean right now that we're probably just going to get the same Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, probably maybe with the backpack, maybe more magnetized, maybe that kind of adjustment, but pretty much the same? Probably. Would I be pleasantly surprised if it's a little bit different? Maybe they improve that Sarlacc pit base, because I know a lot of people like it. I'm not in love with it. I would like it to be a little bit better. Yeah, I think that would be cool. But part of me really thinks it's just going to be reissued in packaging. Why? Because that's what they do. And they did that before. So yeah, I mean, but I think that some of them, though, will have different repaints. You just got C-3PO again. That's the same 3PO as the Attack of the Clone ones. It just has the paint apps and the some differences that are more, pertinent to Return of the Jedi. So I think you're going to get a lot of stuff like that. It's coming. It's coming. But again, you did have a major motion picture that a lot of people are going to, and including on May 4th, that they had to address. I mean, you got all year. That's all I'm saying. City Rider goes facts. I appreciate it, baby. Papas says, and yes, Gamorrean guards 1. I need 2. Single Sword Rider says Baze Malbus would make a great Toy Fair exclusive. I had a sack of money aside for an ATST. Let me tell you something, Jeff. You need a sack of money with everything that's coming out over there. My goodness. Brady says we demand Forrest Whitaker. And I say yes. You know that's coming. You know that's coming. I mean, look, you got a Grand Inquisitor from the Obi-Wan series, Brady. Let's just be honest. And I love the Obi-Wan series. But let's ask the question, what's better, the Obi-Wan series or Rogue One? And you got Forrest Whitaker now, not only in the look he had in Rogue One, but also in the freaking Andor. But let's just talk about Rogue One. And now that they're going with lower productions, is it possible? Am I going to set my expectations that we're going to get a Saw Gerrera? And I say, frack yes. Because if I start not, I'm not going to get them. Because the reason we got Padme and the reason we got 3PO and the reason we got Mace, need I say more? Hott's Hometown Hero with the $10 drop says optimal does not exist. Find the pet situation in what's presented to you. You know, I totally agree. You know, with that, AJ, I think I know what you're trying to say there anyway, and I do appreciate the $10 drop. You know, fighters know that when they go into fights. You know that in the back of your head that there's, you know, always an option. It may not turn out the way that you want, but you go in fully expecting with expectations to win. You have to. And you have to have the experience of knowing how to have perspective afterwards, no matter which way it goes. Not only when you get what you want or when it goes a direction that you predicted, but when it doesn't. Thank you so much for that $10 drop, brother. Absolutely amazing. Do appreciate it. 1-6 Shooter says yes. Bays. Dan says, I think the Emperor announcement points to the future for what they're going to do with his likeness. And I tell you what, Dan S., is this what they call you, baby?
They call him the Wizard.
And if I miss some of your questions, don't fret. Go ahead and retype it in if you don't mind. I've tried to get to the ball. I'm not ignoring anybody here. It's just hard for me to navigate all this. So, again, I'm going to ask you if there's something you really want my feedback on, please retype it because I'm going as quick and as best as I can. I didn't even able to go through these pictures yet, but I'm glad to do so. And Papas says, I still need a black chrysanthemum. It would be yeah, and I think that's coming. Why wouldn't they do it? If they're giving you the Grand Inquisitor, why wouldn't they do that? You mean to tell me that the Grand Inquisitor? I don't even think the Grand Inquisitor is going to sell more than that. Look at some of the figures we get, and you think the KX Enforcer droid is going to sell more than that? No, I totally agree with you. Jeff actually says, blue milk cup half full. Appreciate the positive wizard energy. Well, I'm glad I'm helping you. Because let me tell you something. I'll be honest with you. Dark Jedi has experienced blue times and depressed times. And when things don't exactly go the way that you want, gosh, I have fighters that have lost. And you know what we do? We pick right back up and we get back in. And you know what happens 9 times out of 10 the next time? We win. It's all about perspective. You don't have to change what you are. You don't have to change your expectations. You need to have perspective. Take a step back and take a look. Like I've been saying, what did we get last year? You got one drop of Bespin Luke DX25 on April 13th. And they had to answer to that because everyone was saying they'll never do it. It's never going to happen. You're crazy. That was what last year was about. I keep pointing that out. It was all about you're crazy. They addressed that. What did we get this year? They doubled it. Not only did they give you something like the DX25 Luke, because I'm going to tell you right now, that Darth Vader is everything that a DX should be. And maybe even more, I dare say, don't shoot me here, more of a DX than the DX25 Luke. That Darth Vader right now from Return of the Jedi, it could be one of the best DXs ever, but they're not calling it that. So not only did we get that compared to this year, but they doubled it from last year by giving us a 3PO. And not just a 3PO, labeling it Return of the Jedi, here you go. They put an awesome base with it. And they gave you the eyepiece with it. And they gave you frickin' Salacious Crumb. So you have to wonder, is that 3 figures with Salacious Crumb and Vader and 3PO? And I say, yes. Perspective. Pause. Cheers. How many did you get last year? 1. More than doubled. 3 times as much. And if you want to count Salacious as a half, great. 2.5 times as much. You look at it this year. We didn't get a clone pilot and a clone trooper and a battle droid and another droid and another droid. No, they didn't give us all that. They just gave us a freaking Ian McDermott, Darth Sidious, Senator Palpatine with rolling eyes function. besides the 3PO aspect, because we were waiting for 3PO, I think it's actually better than last year. I'm just saying. And when you calculate in that we got double in April, and you're still in delivering on the Inquisitors, and you got all these Guardians of the Galaxy coming, and everyone thought, oh, they're going to slow down on Marvel because what happened to Endgame? What happened? They're going to slow down on that's a major thing. And anything Marvel that comes out, that's why I told you with No Way Home that not only you were going to get the heroes, you were going to get all the villains. And what happened? We spilled it, baby. Did you pre-order the Tobey Maguire from No Way Home? The non-deluxe one? Did you pre-order the Andrew Garfield from No Way Home? The non-deluxe one, if that's what you're waiting for, don't sleep on it, baby. Because it's going to go. Jamie Foxx is gone. Doc Ock is gone. William Dafoe is gone. Remember, none of them are coming. I'm just saying, perspective, baby. All the Guardians are coming. Just like all the bad, even when they put out the poster of all the Bad Batch and they said they were coming, the questions were, are they lying? I don't get it. I don't get it. Jeff actually puts in here, 3PO, Vader, Sidious, and Salacious, 3.5 figures. You're right. 109 watching The Dark Jedi on this coffee-spilling May 4th week. Did you smash that like button? Look, it'll help the video gain traction. So I know it only takes 15 seconds. My man, Six Scale Mafia, Anthony was bringing that up on Best of the Best yesterday on Jay's show, which was an awesome show that I was on. And we got those likes up very, very quickly in 15 seconds. Pause for a minute, hit the like button. I appreciate it. Support the Dark Jedi, baby. I do appreciate that. And Bubba Fettuccine says, smash the crap out of the like button. Plus, with the perspective I'm giving you here, exactly. It really helps, and it's not really shoving smoke, in your ears or buttering something up. It's the darn truth, and it's all about perspective. And I'm glad I was able to do that for you. No Ula, no Moolah. Oh man, I love an Ula, but again, you can't count her out. I mean, and she's like a real secondary character. I can't believe that I didn't foresee freaking Darth Sidious. Damn. I want Jabba. I do want Jabba. I want Jabba. Let me ask you this. I'm actually, this is serious though. This is a serious question to you, brother. Would you rather have Jabba or this if you could choose right now and Hot Toys would make it tomorrow?
You're delicious, bro.
Ciao, boys.
No, I'm going to make the collector #1 answer that. Oh, my goodness. Hey, hi to you, Thalia. Good to see you as well. We want Forrest Whitaker from The Crying Game. Forrest Whitaker is just an awesome. Maybe the actual anniversary of Return of the Jedi. Maybe. You have to wonder, Paul, again. Is this what they call you?
They call him the Wizard.
Putting this up from Dan. He says a 2.0 Boba would be cool. Magnet jetpack, update that vest. So with the just make it more posable. I would be good with that, to be honest with you. 3 Boba Fett's if you count the animated version. I know. I just didn't want that with this. I mean, if you were going to ask me if they were going to do all that and another R2, and I would have been like, okay, and then we got to wait till later in the year, like we did with Padme and Mace and the Anakin, until December to get the head sculpted version. And May 4th last year was cool, but I'm right with you. I am so into the Sidious. I can't even say. I can't even say enough. Let's talk about Darth Sidious says, hit the like button for the Dark Jedi. All right, let's get into this. What do we think about Fox? Let's talk about Fox, ladies and gentlemen. Do we like this figure? And I say yes. This is pretty epic. And this also goes to show that every clone that you could imagine, if you've been imagining fives, if you've been imagining Clone Commander Wolf, if you've been imagining Gree from Revenge of the Sith, if you've been imagining, oh, they're never going to give us that 212, just like they're never going to give us the Bespin Luke, is it possible that they're all coming? And I say, yes. This is nice. And probably you're going to get another Fox because this is just a phase 1 one. And I think that these are very special. They're doing just a dynamic job with all these. And a lot of people would always ask, do you think we're actually going to get the Fox? Do you think they're going to skip on the Clone Wars line? I do want to point something out to everybody here. You know, Clone Wars Ahsoka and Clone Wars Rex broke the internet for Hot Toys a couple years ago. Like 2.5 years ago, whenever that was, a couple years ago. I think with the Rex it was about 2.5 years ago. With Ahsoka, it's 2 years ago. Anyway, not to digress. It broke the internet. Why did it break the internet? Because the Clone Wars is a huge, gargantuan aspect of Star Wars. Not to take away from the OT. And everybody knows that I'm a very, old Jedi at, 32 years old. But, for those that grew up with the Clone Wars, it's gargantuan. If it wasn't gargantuan, Ahsoka wouldn't have broke the internet like she did. Rex wouldn't have broken the internet as he did. And people wouldn't have also broke the internet with that DX Ahsoka because Filoni decided to put her in The Mandalorian. If the Clone Wars was not important. Gosh, the Ahsoka series that everybody's jonesing for is freaking, if you ever watched Rebels, it's live action Rebels. Is it appropriate for May 4th? I say yes. As much as I may want different figures. Honestly, I mean, except for the Han or a Huttslayer Leia, or I don't know what I would want more than that Sidious right now for Clone Wars, being honest. Grievous, Ventress, Opress. We know Opress is coming now. We kind of all guess that they're going to do a Ventress because we know how well that does in Sideshow and Black Series and all that kind of stuff. And so but I don't know. That's my take on it. Keep going with the chat. It's beautiful. Really, really nice. I mean, they do such a very, very good job. And we got Clone Commander Fox. So if you're on the fence wondering, they'll never do Wolf. Yeah, they'll never do fives. Are you kidding? You're going to get the whole kip and caboodle. How many of you think then that we're going to get the phase 2 Fox? This is beautiful. The weathering, I mean, even in these, and sometimes they don't do the best of jobs. Sometimes they do. But in the prototype photos, but this looks great. Look at that. Look at that work. Look at that paint work. Look at that weathering. Nice. And here's everything that he comes with there. It's a huge, huge win. And tell me again, what's the price on here? Because right now I'm on their Facebook page, and I don't feel like navigating the Sideshow right now. So somebody in the chat, if you would do the Dark Jedi a favor, let me know exactly what the price of this is, because I'm very, very curious. Also give me the price as well of the Emperor, because I think that they were very, very, very reasonable. But what do you guys think of Fox? How many of you are getting Fox? How many of you are impressed with Clone Commander Fox? Does it give you hope for other clones from the Clone Wars? Let's go into the chat. And let's see exactly some of the comments in that in here. You got 105 watching. Smash that like button. You're watching Drunk on Coffee live. To recap so far, May 4th week at Pop Culture Living Room. Listen, guys, if you don't, Pop, I'm going to be reaching out to you here, my man, to see if you'll come on 6 Scale Raw over the next few weeks. This guy's got a great channel. I had the privilege of being on a show with him the first time. A few weeks ago on Brother Cousins, I think it was. Shout out to Jay, Brother Cousins Toy Reviews. Good friend of mine, but yeah, this guy's got a great channel. I love his stuff, and you guys should subscribe to him. But he says $265 for Palps. Dude, that's a steal. $265 for a rolling eyes function, Ian McDermott. What are we back? Are we back pop culture living room like pre-COVID? Good job on Hot Toys. $220 for this? Same question. Wow, really? You know what? Hot Toys continues to get an A grade for me this May 4th week. This is good. This is the way. $220 for Clone Commander Fox with this amount of detail and doing it correctly for the Phase 1 anyway. Let me know what you guys think. Is the price too high, or are you okay with the price? Respectively. Let me know. Gosh. Oops, $225 for Fox. Okay, $5, but still. 8 Markful is in the house, asks, what do you predict, Aries, when the 1/4 scale book of Boba Fett Boba figure will be released? I think a lot of them are coming early. I'm surprised the Purge Trooper came. I'm really surprised that the the battle droid and the freaking Purge Trooper, everything's coming so quick, and the clone pilot and the clone trooper and the R2D2. That was just released last year. And a lot of those figures were released in under a year. And again, it has to do with more and more announcements and less production of those announcements and more reuses of molds to make up for the less production, which is why you got a 3PO so quickly with Return of the Jedi 8 Markful. That's really my belief. Would they have preferred to be able to make as many C-3POs as they did the Beskar Mandalorian or the Clone Wars Ahsoka, or the integrated Scoot Spider-Man, or the Snow White suit or black suit, Black Widow? I can go on and on. Yeah, they would have, but people aren't buying it, so they got to make less. So when they make less, how do they make up the money, though? Because that's a real loss of money. You got to make another 3PO with that mold, which is very little investment to make the little tweaks that they did very, very quickly, which is exactly what you're seeing, which is why I predict that you're getting an R2D2 from Return of the Jedi. And am I setting my expectations for that? Like I talked about earlier in the show, you bet your butt I am. Because again, when you wish upon a star, it doesn't matter who you are. And if you don't ask, you don't get. That's it. That's it. Let's continue to. Glad I was able to answer that question. Jeff says, and Jeff, welcome in here. 20% off Ahsoka today. Yep, exactly. Exactly. Can you imagine if they would have made 25% less of that one? Not only would it not be 20% off today, it'd probably be going for the other Ahsoka that's in the secondary market, $400. I pointed that out in the last market chart show. It's a complete 180-degree turn. What is going on in the secondary and primary market with these lower productions? So that's exactly what's going on, for sure. And Jack Jones says they already have made Commander Cody from Revenge of the Sith, so they don't need to make Clone Wars version, but who knows? They probably will, though. I'll be honest with you, Jack. I think they're going to give you a Yoda from the Clone Wars. I think it's possible. I think that they can give you Count Dooku. I think, I'm just going to be honest with you. You see what's happening with the K2SO mold, like the KX Enforcer droid. We're going to get more of those. If they decide to do a Grievous, they're going to definitely not only do one for Revenge of the Sith, but why not do one for the Clone Wars? Again, because there's only so much you could sell right now in this economy. So you'll sell different versions. And that's what I think that they're going to do. And I think that that's exactly what they are going to do. Valiant Archer says, Fox is a maybe for me since they left the door open to make the phase. Yep. That Clone Wars Sidious, though. The mall, the scene. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Are you kidding? Coffee is spilled. No, I get it. And not only can you utilize it for that, but can you use it with your regular Anakin? Yes. Can you use it with the upcoming Mace Windu? Yes. Can you use it in your prequels collection? Of course you can. Pause for coffee. which honestly, for me, that's exactly what I'm going to do. For sure. Yeah, and Norton's good to have Norton in here. Says the Clone Wars figures they showed looked awesome. Unfortunately, I don't collect Clone Wars, but they do look really nice. No, I'm right with you. I felt that way. You guys saw how much coffee I spilled last year on May 4th. And I don't know if you saw that, Norton. And because I was generally excited for the direction of Hot Toys, for the direction of Star Wars with Hot Toys, the direction of Star Wars in general. But unfortunately, I don't collect figures without head sculpts. So the only one I'm getting out of there is the 3PO. Again, I'm not getting the Clone Pilot, the Clone Trooper, the Battle Droid, or that R2. I will get an R2 where they finally give me a base. And I have a funny feeling they may give us one with the Return of the Jedi. But I'm right with you. I kind of enjoy with people as well with a lot of this stuff. But some of it all depends on the head sculpt and the actual figure for me. Mike, pause, Litoris. I'm getting Fox. Yeah, I think a lot of people are going to be getting that. And he also says, I'm already spilling coffee for Rebels figures. And Eric Hankey's in the house says Rex and Ahsoka helped Hot Toys for the Clone Wars line moving forward. Add Commander Cody. Yeah, I mean, it was huge. So it's definitely apropos. There's definitely different segments. I'm going to be honest with you guys. My 3 daughters love Star Wars and they love the OT, but all 3 of them will tell you they love the prequels more. Why? They're half my age. They grew up with Darth Sidious, not Emperor Palpatine. That is the truth. That's what they grow up with. They didn't grow up with the Emperor from Return of the Jedi. They grew up with this, not only from the prequels, but from the Clone Wars and the animated series. And that's a huge segment. And here we go, baby. Look at this. I couldn't believe this. How many of you, be honest, called this? How many of you called that this was going to drop? I mean, that is the Phantom Menace. Oh my goodness gracious. So sweet. So sweet. Darth Sidious. I'm still stunned. I mean, I'm still stunned at this figure. Put in your comments in there. What do you all think of this figure? Man, look at that base. They're killing it with these bases. Man, I do not miss the sand bases. Make sure you smash the like button as we're looking through. And look, at that base, it doesn't even say Clone Wars. It just says Star Wars, Darth Sidious, apropos, because I think that they know that a great number of people, including me, are going to put this in their prequels collection. Shoot, I could put this in Attack of the Clones, even the Phantom Menace. It is absolutely stunning. I cannot believe this. And then for those that want to pose in with the lightsabers for those battles in the Clone Wars, you get this as well if you're going to do that. If I get 2, I'm going to do that. Man, that is just sick. We're going to go through. I love this freaking head sculpt. I'm just being honest with you. I know some people had different comments. I'm just giving you my perspective. If there was something above an A+, that's what I give this. And you all know what's going to happen. I mean, look at the detail with his forehead. Look at the detail with his cheeks. Rolling eyes function. Especially that bottom shot, which things can get funky with the rolling eyes. That is just, it could be in a photo album. Oh, gosh. It is, that is just sick. Sick. Nice. Look at that. Dang. Yeah, let's see if we can blow. That's a great shot there. Very Sidious. That's a great shot there. A lot of you Clone Wars collectors are going to love this pose like that with the 2 lightsabers. Look at that with Maul. They didn't tease Oppress, but I think a lot of us know that that is coming. So easy for them to make. Look at that shot. Damn. Dang. Dang. $265? Is that what you guys said in there? $265. That is the Phantom Menace. Oh my God. So look at the detail here. I'm kind of blowing this up a little bit. If you could see this. Let me blow this up this way. So we're all seeing it a little bit bigger so you can see what I'm seeing here. That is I'm sorry. The detail on Ian McDermott's head, cheeks, you can roll the eyes. Hot diggity damn. I am and honestly, I look forward because I think we all know post Tony Stank how the final production photos have been coming out with these figures. And I'm telling you right now, in my view, this is going to rival, if not exceed, the Tamora Morrison head sculpt from the Boba Fett, the Christopher Lee. They do the sometimes some of the older folks better anyway. But right now, like when you look at that Casca and you look at that Fennec and you look at some of the stuff coming out, when you talk about innovation, I'm sorry, boys and girls, but I am just... I'm looking at Ian McDermott. I'm just shocked. I'm just stunned. I hope it's giving you a perspective. If I was looking at Return of the Jedi Boba Fett, it'd be about, or R2D2, it'd be okay. I don't think I'd be spilling coffee like I'm doing now. I mean, look, even got like the, what is that on his cheeks? 1 o'clock shadow? God, it's so good. It is so good. And look at everything you get here. First of all, a cool ass base. You get the freaking 2 lightsabers. You get those pairs of hands with the electric effect. You get a pretty darn cool outfit. And you get rolling eyes function. And it's $265. If that's not enough to spill your coffee, ladies and gentlemen, I can't help you. I literally can't. But let's go to some of the chats. What's in here? What people are saying. Again, if I forgot to put something up, or I'm not putting it up, just go ahead and post it again. Bora Cubes in the house says Fox looks great, but I don't collect clones. Troopers, just a budget thing. Otherwise, I would cause they look great. Well, most of them. No, I kind of agree with that. As well. Single Songwriter says Sidious walking with Anakin pose on display. I know. Jack Jones says, should I actually say it or should I actually play it? Wow. Yeah, no, I agree with that. It is a perfect blend. They do just such a great job. Mike, pause. The Taurus. His forehead is too wide. It's otherwise great, though. You know, I can't really tell. I could take a look at the forehead now, but it's so hard. I don't even know how, like from an artist, like appreciating art, I don't know how they do what they do to begin with. Honestly, that's why I'm so with the Hot Toys, Mark Attack. I mean, like, for those of us like you that have been collecting figures for years and figurines for years and figures and toys, to see something like this just is so coffee spilling because the artwork is just so intricate. I mean, it blows me away. And honestly, when people in my family, they get wind of, what's Aries collecting? What's he collecting? Let's go into the man cave. Let's come over for the holiday. Let's see that. They are literally blown away. They're like, I've never seen anything like this, because they've walked into Walmart or Toys R Us's or, you know, Targets and stores like that for years and decades and years and decades. And there's been some high, you know, even some higher end toys and some stuff like that. When they see this, some of them actually like freak out, and they're like, it's like actually having the human being in your head. It's like some of them are like, whoa, okay, go ahead and get that out of my head a little bit. It's a little surreal. That's what blows me away. Honestly, more than helmeted figures, more than any of that stuff, it's really the human head sculpts that I collect Hot Toys for. I get my Fets, I get my Vaders, I get the aliens, but honestly, right here is the reason I buy. And the reaction, not only from me, from people and friends that come over, is absolutely unbelievable. Putting this up from Mike with the $5 drop. You know, I've already spilled a lot of coffee this week, but with your super chats and your support, everybody, you're making me spill more. People wanted Phase 2 Fox, but I think we will get more Phase 1 clones moving forward. Do you think, Mike? No, they're going to stop production. Exactly. I mean, you're exactly right. They are. They're absolutely. Set your expectations, because that's what they've been doing. Don't set them. They won't do it because there is no expectation. No, they don't want it. Plus, we have some Phase 1 swaps already. He won't be out of play. Oh, hell no. Hells no. But let me spill that coffee again for you, Mike. I do appreciate that. Fine. Absolutely. Thalia's in the house, says it's a great figure. Good price. It is a good price. Glad I don't collect the Clone Wars line. Single Songwriter goes, 265 is a good price. Yeah, it's a really good freaking price. Jeff puts in, head sculpt is great. They captured the creepiest. Is it the creepiest? I mean, is it actually the creepiest, my friend? You have to wonder if it is. Let's see if I could pull something up over here and let's compare. You know, is it the creepiest?
Good.
Or how about this one?
No.
Actually, yeah, let's look at this.
No.
It looks just freaking like him. This is it. It's Ian McDermott. It looks just freaking like him.
No.
I am disappointed, though. There is one thing that really, I am outraged. I'm going to make a new banner as outrage. Negativity. Because with this Palpatine, we didn't get this. We didn't get one of these. This is an outrage. Why did it not come with a Grogu? Where is Grogu? Every figure needs to come with a Grogu! Grogu here! Grogu there! Grogu, I dare say, every freaking way! Is that enough perspective for you? Hello. If I see another Grogu, I bet. Goodness gracious. Combat Evolve is in the house. Long time supporter. What is up? Hey to you, my friend. Good to have you in here. I love this. It's all about being positive. It's all about having fun. And it's all about being able to wish upon a star. It's all about stepping back and getting perspective, as I've mentioned earlier in the show. Compared to last year, well, last year on April 13th, you got one OT figure. You got a DX25. This year, they 3.5 times it because you got not only another DX, well, what should be a DX, that Vader, okay, to be honest with you, they gave you a C-3PO, and not just C-3PO, they gave you a Salacious Crumb. They way over-delivered than what they gave us at OT last year at this time. And they just don't give you OT on the May 4th. Last year was the prequels, which made my daughters very happy, like I said, because they're prequels people. They way like that over. They're in their 20s. They love the OT, but they love that more. And they love Rebels. And they love the crap out of Clone Wars. And they can't wait for the Ahsoka series, which is the live action of Rebels, to be honest with you. You know, you're going to get freaking Chopper, and you're going to get Hera, and you're going to get all that good stuff. Star Wars is a big IP. It's not just about Iron Man. It's about Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not just about Guardians of the Galaxy. It's about Vision and Wanda. It's not just about them, but it's about Spider-Man. It's not just about Spider-Man, but it's about Doctor Strange. It's about Captain Marvel, Brie Larson. It's about so much. And Star Wars has evolved into that. It's a wide, wide world. It's a wide world after all. Anyway, could we have gotten a life-size Boba Frick for May 4th? I know. I mean, where is Boba? Where is Babu Frick? Come on. They nailed that creepy smirk. Valiant Archer says, brewing a fresh cup just so I can spill it again. Yeah. So Lane asks a great question here. So Aries, I got to do the right. So Aries, do you think that in the next 4 to 8 weeks, we might be entering waitlist time for the Attack of the Clones second wave of figs? It seems like we are approaching that time. I do. I caution everybody right now. A lot of stuff is waitlisting. I mean, look at what happened with The Rock, the Black Adam figure. It's gone. Look at what happened with the William Dafoe, the Green Goblin. It's on waitlist. Look at what happened with Jamie Foxx, Electro. It's gone. Look at what happened with Valkyrie. It's gone. Look at what happened with Peacemaker. It's gone. You want to go to Star Wars? You know, look at the KX Enforcer droid. It's gone. Look at Boba Fett from the Book of Boba Fett. It's gone. Look at Obi-Wan from the Obi-Wan series. It's gone. Look at the Third Sister. It's gone. Look at the Grand Inquisitor. It's gone. I can go on and on and on and on. Some of these that are happening now, they don't even get a low stock warning and almost gone. Some of them just go. I caution you when that happens. You have to jump on pre-ordering it. Jump on the wait list. And your wait list will probably convert on a lot of those if you do it really, really quick. And some of them will come back, for a week or two and then go off. But once they go off, like the DX27 or like the Electro, or like Mighty Thor, or the Six Scale from Boba Fett, they're gone. So I think you need to keep an eye on it. Again, once you start calculating in your head that it is between the 5 and 7 month range, Lane, and you're starting to get beyond that, if you really want that figure and you've got money for that figure and it works within your budget, it's in your heart and in your soul, I say pre-order it. Because otherwise you're going to be dealing with what some people are dealing with, trying to get a DX20 or 21 Ahsoka. Or you're going to be dealing with what some people are dealing with, trying to go ahead and get a clone pilot from Attack of the Clones. Or what some people are trying to deal with, going ahead and trying to get a clone trooper from Attack of the Clones. Or trying to get the arena suit Boba Fett. That seems to be the new way of things. And while all those figures are different prices because there's different demand and whatnot, in general, Lane, low supply equals high demand. So keep an eye on that kind of stuff. If something's still up there after a certain amount of months, if that's, where I'm just saying. So I do expect the wave 2 of Attack of the Clones to follow suit, and I would expect to keep a strong eye on that. And I think another question, Lane, and the bigger question for everybody in here is, are these figures going to be coming out fast? Are you going to get your Mace Windu as fast as you got your battle droid? Are you going to get your Padme as fast as you just got your R2? Are you going to get your Attack of the Clones Anakin as fast as you have just gotten your clone pilot? I say yes. I think that's the new way of things. Remember, and it's good and bad, because I feel like it has to even out, and it needs to be like, or we got to catch on to what's going on, because one token, we were waiting, and there's some figures that were still like, where are they? Where are they? And I feel like it's turning 180. Oh, here they are. Here they are. Here they are. And, you know, it gets to the point where it's like financially, it's like, whoa, well, I wasn't planning for that to come out until that time. And then it's kind of like, how do I handle it? Or, you know, what do I do? Or, you know, it's kind of, it's too many of them, Lane.
There are too many of them. What are we going to do?
Exactly. They didn't play that again.
There are too many of them. What are we going to do?
But I do think a lot of them are going to, that's what's going to happen, baby. That's what's going to happen. Let's go to some more that's in the chat. Don't forget to smash that like button. You're watching the Dark Jedi here. His thoughts on what's going on here with this figure. Did you guys, how many of you guys were on the sideshow thing last night? They were having some problems with their website. It was so unfortunate. I dare say. I had the Jyn Erso and I had the Stormtrooper Hoth in my cart. It actually got into my cart. And I was like, ooh, baby, baby, baby. I was like, this is great. I was like, oh my goodness, I'm going to get that Hoth for like cheaper than this freaking Darth Sidious. And I don't know. It didn't work. I mean, it just did. I got so excited with that. Tried to get the Jyn. Forget about the Tarkin Invader 2-pack. What'd you guys think about that? Did any of you able to get it in your cart? I thought it was going to be able to put into their live chat. Hey, 6 Scale Cantina, I got it. But it did. I never get lucky like that. I'm not fast enough on the keyboard. I'm not like bot quick to get on and buy it. I never win anything in a contest. Like I do good. Like I'll give away raffles. The Dark Jedi, 6 Scale Cantina giveaway. I never win a giveaway. I never win a raffle. I know people that win them and they get them. So I don't even play the lottery because I know it's a waste of my money because, you know, I never do. I never win any of those. Cheers. But yeah, that would have been, Hall's Hometown Hero goes, I had the Vader Tarkin 2-pack for a second. Yeah. Mike, pause. Latoris says, had Jyn in cart and slipped through my fingers like everyone else. Penny Swan, what's going on, brother? I had the Cody Premium format. Ooh. On the submit payment screen and processing when it says, I know, me too. Not that one, but I had it with the freaking Han and the Jyn. Single songwriter goes, Jyn was in my cart also. Yeah, I know. I doubt it for them coming as fast since they got sculpts. So I don't know. They're coming. Everything's coming out fast. I don't know. Maybe you're right. I don't know, dude. It seems to just be changing because they gotta pump up production for a lot of these other new releases. So we'll see, Lane. We'll see. If they come out quick, then I guess you know, they do hand paint each one of those. You ever see the video, Lane, where you know it goes through each person, they do their part of the artistry, and then it goes to. I think it like they said it takes 12 days just to finalize the head sculpt. I mean, so it does take time, which is why I'm glad we got the head sculpted figure for this. For this May 4th. It's just, in my view, a little bit more difficult to do this than what we got last year. Single songwriter goes, yeah, that's what we're talking about. The warehouse finds yesterday. Yes, I know. I wish they would find a little more. Is it possible that they could find a little more? It's about Flash and Batman. Yeah, I love both of those. How about the new Flash that's coming out, baby? Single songwriter goes, drunk on coffee. Happy Friday, May 5th. Laura goes, I'm cracking up at my desk at work with Grogu. Yeah, I mean, that's my only problem with this, Laura, Really. I mean, like I said, my next video is going to be outrage. Outrage that somehow they would have the audacity with this figure to not give me this guy. Every figure needs this guy. No, they can't do that.
She can't do that. Shoot her or something.
But yeah, this is I mean, just being honest with you all. I mean, this is just absolutely insane looking at this particular figure. Look, I'm glad I was able to I'm bringing you my positive perspective on this. I mean, this is Darth Sidious. This is the Phantom Menace. This is a head sculpt like Lane was talking about, which takes more time, more production time, more intricate. Gosh, we were actually talking about that before May 4th. It is absolutely sensational. And again, I mean, I couldn't be happier with this May 4th. And when you actually take a look at what we got last year compared to this year through in April and with May 4th, we are full steam ahead for a boatload of figures. Always remember to step back and get perspective, and certainly don't stop believing. Where's Journey? Hold on to those feelings or expectations, because they've been answering. They're giving us what we're asking for. And gosh, maybe I got to put the pedal on the metal more with Grievous and Jabba and Darkside Ray and Prisoner Leia and Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan and the Phantom Menace Obi-Wan. But we're going to get all of those. Maybe Bail Organa. Maybe the next. How many of you want with the next batter on my show to feature Jimmy Smits on there? You have to let me know. You have to let me know, baby. It's a lot of stuff. It is that. Look at that. My God, is that just so... It is so nice. Darth Grogu. Yeah. I can't. LMAO. You're hilarious. Aries. Aries only collects clone head sculpts. It's almost like they make clones, isn't it, Jack? The way that they do these, you hold them in your hand, are kind of like freaky. How do you hide Hot Toys purchases from your wife? Well, you have to wonder. First of all, you don't hide. I recommend not hiding anything from your better half. Number one. Number two, you should always share with your spouse those type of things. And goodness, I mean, my wife kind of teased me. If I rung up something too high, she would just kind of put me up on eBay and sell me. Just saying. Maybe we'll get Mrs. Terrington on here for a show like that. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Mark Attack with another super chat. Gosh, how do you budget? Do you have a maximum number of figures per year? All right, well, let's talk about that, my friend. Do I have a maximum number of figures per year? I say, in a way, I have a maximum amount of money that I have budgeted per year or per quarter or at one time. And as you get into collecting and as more and more announcements come out or more announcements get close to being going on waitlist or getting ready to be released early, like the Purge Trooper, early like the Battle Droid, early like the R2-D2, early like some of these figures that we're seeing now, what's going on? What's going on? And that's why I say, even with the head sculpted figures, I think so many of them are hit waitlist. I mean, I could just bring up Marvel again with the Black Adam, with Valkyrie, with the Doc Ock, with the Green Goblin, so on and so forth. They're coming, and they're coming quick. Mighty Thor. I have a chart of what I want. I write down what I want and what my collection room, which I'm going to be doing another tour coming very, very shortly, which is going to blow you all away on what I've been doing with my collection room and all the different hot toys that I have. And obviously, as you know, not just Star Wars now, and some of you have seen some of the pieces that I've been getting. But it has to make sense. It has to make sense within my collection or within that display area for my collection. So while personally I would take all of these mostly because of how amazing the head sculpts are, that's one thing that I utilize to kind of, I if I'm going to get an Iron Man figure, if it doesn't have a head sculpt with it, Tony Stark, I'm not going to get it. That's number one, because that's just a parameter that I put down. Then you're talking about maximum number of figures. What do I need in that display area? What do I need for what I'm trying to accomplish in my collecting room? And while I may want a figure, perhaps even more than another figure, I may decide to go with another figure because it makes more sense of what I'm building. But what I also try to do is I try to think forward on, but am I going to sell that in a year? So everything that I try to buy, my plan is to have it forever. So that's how I'm building my collection. But yeah, there's a maximum number of a year. And sometimes you have to kind of skip. So there's a lot of figures that I skip. If it goes over that number, so let's say that I have 15 figures, Mark Attack, that I'm getting in a year. But there's more announcements than what I've been anticipating, and more stuff's coming out quicker, like the Purge Trooper and the Battle Droid or this and that I wasn't expecting, but I was going to get those. I cross them off the list. I do a process of deduction, be like, hey, can't get it. And take my chances, in the secondary market in the future, if the money ever comes available. So that's kind of how I do it. But one thing that I want to encourage everybody in here to do is be sensible when you collect. I collect everything that I love, but that I could afford. And that makes sense. If I love just about all these figures. So if I got them all, I would be in serious debt. I'm just going to be honest with you. I really would be. So I can't. So personally, I can't just collect everything that I really love. I just can't. I have to put some stop gates down. That's because I'm on a budget. So what I have to do is I kind of have to rank them and I have to prioritize. And there are some figures and even Star Wars ones that I cross off the list. It's not just head sculpts or not just troopers. There's got to be certain characters or certain things like that. So it's hard, but I totally find that the hunt is what makes it really extra exciting for me. Not just the fact that like this head sculpt here and this Darth Sidious is absolutely unbelievable. Or that the upcoming head sculpts of the Fennec Shand or the Tobey Maguire figure or the Andrew Garfield figure is absolutely unbelievable. And I can't wait to see the final production photos of those head sculpts. That's first and foremost what I love about Hot Toys. Second thing is the hunt. If I was able to just kind of buy it all and just buy them all, it would have a little bit less meaning. It'd be a little bit too easy. If the hunt is that easy, if the plan forward is too easy, it's kind of like if you're a fighter going back to fighting and you just keep destroying everybody and there's no one in sight and you're just going to keep, it's kind of like, okay, well, what's the next thing? Let me get out of this. There's no excitement. Pause for coffee. So that's my take on it. I don't mind having parameters. I don't mind not having every figure. I don't compete with other people with their collections. I dare not. I really can care less. I've told people before, like Aries, I can't start a channel because I've got one figure or I don't have figures yet. And I said to them, I said, you know what, buddy? I may be more interested in watching your channel where you're aspiring to be a collector than, that maybe someone who's putting one up that has 500,000 figures if they're putting up a new channel. And that's the truth. Because don't feel like you got to fit in to fit in. You've got to fit for what's right for you. Shoot, you guys all know here, I don't fit in with everybody in this community. I've got a way different perspective. I spill a lot of coffee. I give you a lot of devil's advocate points, and I can care less about, I respect those other points, but I'm not going to, oh, this one's a really, this collector does that, and I want them to like me. I could really care less. You either like me or you don't like me. I either can afford it or I can't afford it. I'm not going to go in debt for you or for anybody else. You could KMA. I don't really care. So I love them all. And obviously, if you collect something that you don't love, I wonder why you're doing it unless you're selling it, which is cool. But I collect what I could afford and I really love, and I got to deduce it. I hope that's a help to you. Thank you so much for the super chat. It is much, much appreciated. Let's go to some of these comments. Single songwriter goes, Oddball is my middle name. Yeah, I mean, you have to wonder, songwriter, is this what they call you too, baby?
They call him the Wizard.
That's why I always tell you, you're always welcome here at the Cantina. It's like Cheers. It's a place where everybody knows your name and everybody's glad you came. And I don't care if you've got 100 million action figures or if you're just looking to get into it. And I strongly recommend, don't ever feel any push where you got to get a lot. That's my take anyway. And that's exactly right, Bantha Rider. We all started with one figure back in the day. That is exactly right. Exactly right. Bantha Rider says, control, control. We must learn control. Yoda on collecting. Yes, we do. Yes, I wish I had that clip. Gosh, I guess I got to upload it. Jeff actually asked, do you think Bespin Luke is getting close to low stock? Yes. Playing the waiting game with it. You can, but I do think it is. I really, really do. If you, I've been talking about this with Cantina insiders. So if this is the first time you're watching me or you've been thinking about it, I do have a membership on my channel. It doesn't have different tiers. It's all one tiers. And is it possible that it's cheaper than a dozen eggs in this economy? And I say, yes. And I put up a lot of those little short videos and different things like that where I discuss things like that. And so if you want to give it a try, it's cheaper than a dozen eggs. You can join the channel. You can look at a lot of that stuff. I got a lot of stuff coming up in May. I offer a lot of insight, and I take the time to do it and put it up. You can go right to the little join button that's in here. You can click on it, see everything that it comes with if you want to go ahead and give it a shot. Of course, the Dark Jedi does appreciate yours and everybody's support. Jeff says, my wife and I have a don't ask, don't tell policy. She has horses. Totally get it. And that's a pretty good, Brandon says, I can't wait to see that. My new collection tour. Yeah, no, I'm pretty jonesed about it. The only reason I don't have it out yet is I'm waiting for my, believe it or not, DX Luke to come in, which I can't believe I didn't get the shipping notice net. I'm getting that one from Sideshow. I did just get my Ahsoka in from Sideshow, and I got the Chrome Mandalorian in from Ray at Hawk Wars, and I'm just waiting for shout out to him. I'm just waiting for my Luke, and then once I get that, because I want to do the tour with that figure, that's in there for sure. And Hoth says, I won't do more than 6 pre-orders in a quarter. I get more than that, and sometimes I do. It's after they are out. Yeah. Is Mrs. Terrington the wizard? You do have to wonder. We do have to have her on. But does she like Grogu? And I say, as we fill up table 5, yes, for sure. And we'll see if we can get her on here sometime soon. You missed a super chat. Well, cool. Well, now I'm not going to miss it because I'm going to go up and I'm going to find it. Oh, that must have been yours. If I missed another one, let me know. For sure. This is an awesome show here. Make sure you guys smash that like button. You're getting the Dark Jedi's take on this May 4th here. I did spill my coffee. I know many of you watching the show and watching Brother Cousins last night were saying, man, you're spilling your coffee as well. Remember, it's all about perspective. And I think that this year, in many ways, was actually stronger than last year. And again, we did get a lot of quantity, and we got over what we got with the DX25. It's just the timing and when they put that up is very interesting, but they've been holding true on all their teases and promises. And a lot of people were messaging me saying, hey, I can't believe we're getting the Grand Inquisitor. I can't believe we're getting the Fourth Sister. They said it's coming. And then even a couple people are like, hey, are we going to get all the Guardians of the Galaxy? They just said that they're coming out with it. Yes. Yes, they are. It's just incredible. No, it looks like I put that super chat up, so thank you very much. Lane Kramer goes, DX Luke, can you say dual unboxing of Luke's? Lane says, yes. Lane, you're the man. Like and subscribe. It will bring you luck, and we might get a frog lady because of it. Come on. Come on. I mean, look, guys, this is my final thoughts. We're coming up on 2 hours, and this has been an amazing show. And I'm just so gratified with all the amount of support. And look at all the positivity that's in there. It's all about perspective. We got probably one of the most shocking main pivotal characters announcements we could have. You can go back and look at any of my episodes the last couple of months, not predicting this, not even thinking of this. And this isn't like Ula, all respect to Ula, and all respect to one of the Cantina aliens or something like that. This is a huge force in Star Wars. And no one saw it coming. No one saw this coming. And it's a head sculpt. And it's rolling eyes function. And it's absolutely unbelievable. Totally coffee spilling and a big win for me. When I step back and take a look, so much better than last year, minus that we finally got the C-3PO that we should have gotten years ago. Now we already have two. And before you know it, and before that one hits waitlist, you'll have a 3 up. There's always going to be a 3PO up. It's just going to be what version it's going to be. People have asked me too, when do you think that 3PO is going to run out? Well, if you must have that Return of the Jedi C-3PO, you've got about 6 to 8 months with it. But if you can just be fine with any 3PO, you've got some years. Because you're going to get 3PO from Revenge of the Sith. That's going to be a shiny version. You're going to get C-3PO from this. You're going to get C-3PO from that. You're going to get C-3PO from just about every single thing that he could come with until we finally get to the 50th anniversary of Star Wars, where you're going to get the ultimate C-3PO.
How rude.
You're probably going to get off-tier characters like TC-14 from the Phantom Menace, which would be pretty darn cool. And yes, I would buy it. I would buy a TC-14 because it's something a little special about that. But yeah, I mean, this is just epic. They doubled. They tripled, like we talked about earlier in the show. The OT from last year at this point. DX25 versus Salacious Crumb, C-3PO. And that Vader, which I dare say is even more of a DX than that Luke, DX25, but we all know I can't wait for that figure. But I've already got the DX07, and I'll never get rid of it because of that. There's a new version, but in a lot of ways, it's better, and it's more. This year we got a head sculpt, and again, this is just so freaking nice. And again, Fox is awesome. You're going to get everything you could think of with that. Giving you all the Grand Inquisitors. There's going to be a whole lot of stuff. And also pointing this out to you, unlike last year, also it has a major motion picture with the Guardians of the Galaxy opening up on May 4th. Which is a huge, huge thing that they have to work around. And like I said, I'm even going to go see that tomorrow with my family. You talk about advanced tickets. It's huge. And sometimes you make a little bit of adjustments to be able to maneuver. But make no mistake about it, besides waiting for 3PO for however Hot Toys has existed, this is just so much stronger, in my opinion, and so much stronger of a year so far at this point than last year. Guys, I don't always, girls, spill coffee. But when I do, I spill it at Six Scale Cantina. Remember, stay thirsty, keep your high expectations, and continue to wish upon a star. That's what it's all about, my friends. And with that, happy May 4th. I'll see you again this weekend.
All right. But this is the last time.